And welcome to the Newman Gymnasium here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. I'm Max Sturm alongside Sam Miller for the second game of our doubleheader tonight between the Husson University Eagles and the UMaine Farmington Beavers. Sam, we should have a pretty good game tonight if it's anything like the first one. What are the keys to success for these two teams tonight?
So for the Beavers tonight, Max, you got to play really tough. I mean, this Eagles team loves to crash the glass, loves to play inside, so you really got to play tough. They have 157 steals on the year, so playing physical is going to be key. You got to count your freebies too. The Beavers really good at getting to the line, 65% on the year, so getting to the line as quick as possible and matching the physicality is going to be the benefactor. And once again, crash the glass. As we said, the Eagles are a very good rebounding team. Donovan down low is a force, so keeping her out of her comfort zone is going to be crucial. As for the Eagles, you got to guard your yard. You got to play extremely tough. You got a bunch of good defenders on that front of the line. And just overall, just go out and execute your game plan. That's all you got to do.
But we should be in for a good one here. We're going to send it down courtside for today's introductions.
And now, let's meet the starting lineup. First for the visiting Beavers. A sophomore guard from Wells, Maine, number 12, Ruby McMinnis. A sophomore guard from Manchester, Maine, number 21, Tracy Dwyer. A junior forward from Benton, Maine, number 32, Sarah Colai. A senior guard from Waldoboro, Maine, number 2, Maddie White. And a senior guard from Princeton, Maine, number 20, J.T. Stevens. UMaine Farmington is coached by Nate Carson and assisted by Noah Carroll. And now, the starters for your Husson University Eagles. A junior guard from Bangor, California, number 1, Sophia Torres-Reyes. A junior guard from Dallas, Maine, number 4, Sophia McVicker. A junior guard from Bradley, Maine, number 22, Hannah Richards. A senior guard from Ellsworth, Maine, number 11, Trinity Mondigny. And a center, our graduate student from Island Falls, Maine, number 30, Kaylee Donovan. The head coach for Husson in her 33rd season is Kissy Walker. She is assisted by Randy Dodge, Lori Dodge, and Steve Washington.
And welcome back to the Husson Eagles Sports Radio Network. I'm Max Sturm alongside Sam Miller. And we are about to get started here for the second game of the doubleheader between the Husson University Eagles and the UMaine Farmington Beavers. Sam, I think we've got another good game on our hands. First one was electric, and we'd be lucky to get anything similar to that.
Absolutely. Both of those teams playing really well this season. The Eagles, again, kind of similar to the men's team, have had kind of like a flip-flop kind of season. They've had their stretches where they look great, their sessions where they look vulnerable, but tonight I think we're in for a really good one. Both these teams are very fast, very, very athletic, very physical if need be, and can shoot the ball very well, so let's see what we have in store.
And McVicker will take it first. Torres Reyes will set it up from the top of the key. She'll dish it out to Montigny. Down to Richards. Pass it outside. Back to Torres Reyes, who will try and make a move. A screen by Donovan. Pass back outside to Richards. Inside to Donovan. Will get the easy bucket. Knocking down McMinnis in the process.
It's going to be too easy if you're Bailey Donovan right there. Farmington, not a lot of size on this team, so they're going to have to find a way to adjust and build a wall around Donovan's dominance in the paint. Excuse me.
as we'll have Poli pass it outside. A 3-shot, no good. Poli with another rebound, pass back out to J.C. Stevens, who's going to settle it down here. Torres Reyes defending. Sent to Ruby McMinnis, who's going to look around, pass it outside. J.C. Stevens, and now back to Poli. And a shot from 3 is no good. Rebounded by Donovan as the shot clock expires regardless.
It's a good defensive possession right there from the Eagles. Seems like as soon as that ball went up, we saw about 1, 2, 3 Eagles just crash the paint and get that ball back for their team.
And Hannah Richards now looking for the screen from Donovan, won't take it. Pass outside to Torres Reyes, and now back to McVicker, and it's stolen by Grace Dewar. And outside to Maddie White, who puts up a 3, and that one's no good. Sam, how does this Husson Eagles defense have to attack today in order to stop the likes of J.C. Stevens and Sarah Poli, who have shown that they are shooters out there on the court?
Just got to play ultra aggressive on the three-point line. We've seen that this women's Farmington team is not too reliant on paint shots. They love to stick it outside near the mid-range and at the three-point line. So hounding them and taking them out of their comfort zone, especially with the size of Donovan, they're not going to really try to find a lot of plays inside.
And that seems to be what they're looking for right now, as they'll get it to Maddie White, who passes it back up to J.C. Stevens. Trying to dish it inside for Ruby McMinnis. And we'll have a foul called here on Sophia Torres Reyes. And inbounding will be Weiler. J.C. Stevens will settle it up top. Nope. Poli now looking. And you're right, Sam. They are really just trying to keep it on the perimeter. They don't want to attack that inside with Bailey Donovan standing in the middle. As a shot there from J.C. Stevens goes down for their first points of the night.
Stevens, a 21% three-point shooter on the year. Hasn't had the best success outside the perimeter, but beautiful looking shot right there.
And it looks like they'll try to get her going early, as it looks like we'll have a kickball violation here. It'll stay Eagles ball.
Going back to that last possession, Max, on the Eagles side of things, it seemed like the Eagles, head coach Kissy Walker, started them out in a 2-3 zone. And then I think she realized the kind of height advantage they have, and they're just focusing all the attention on stopping those outside shots as opposed to just the paint, letting that become a factor.
Yeah, it's certainly hard to defend or to push the basket when you have Bailey Donovan inside, as Torres Reyes will take a shot there, and it's no good. And now pressing up the court is Melissa Mayo, making her first appearance of the night. J.C. Stevens looking for an open player. And Poli will kick it outside back to Mayo. And this will be McMinnis passing it back outside to Mayo. Little ball movement here for the Beavers early, as a shot put up by Mayo is no good, and Donovan will be able to hold on to it, saving it from going out of bounds.
That's the 5th straight possession where the Beavers are looking for those outside shots, but once again have not been able to convert.
And I think that speaks to the testament of just how well this Eagles defense has learned to play that outside shot, knowing that they have Bailey Donovan in the middle, and teams are going to be less likely to push into that middle. It'll be taken in here by J.C. Stevens, the senior guard. Stevens throws it outside for Mayo. Mayo inside to Poli. They are dishing it around early, Sam, as a shot goes up, and it's no good by Stevens.
Yeah, it looks like what they were trying to do is move Donovan away to the weak side so that way they can drive to the paint. But they haven't had too much luck so far, so we'll see what they can do here on defense.
That's certainly a good strategy. You want to move Donovan the best you can if you want to get those easy shots. Sam, another thing I'm noticing is on offense, the Eagles are trying to push the ball fast. They're not taking a lot of time to try to find the shots they want. They want that inside as soon as they can.
I mean, could you really blame them with their matchups they got right here? It looks like Donovan this entire season, and since her whole tenure at Husson, she's been absolutely dominant in the paint. She's very good at what she does. And when you have a big height advantage like this against a team like Farmington, as the shot's up and almost off the glass, when you have someone like Donovan who's so dominant in the paint, I mean, what else would you try to do with a height advantage like this?
Yeah, that's a good point you bring up. It's even sort of a mismatch, even though they have a center playing a center. But Donovan's just so tall. It's very hard. As she'll take the shot from outside and drill it. What a shot from Donovan.
Donovan not too well known for outside shooting, but she can definitely put on the floor and shoot if she needs to.
And here's Mayo passing it inside to Polai. Back out to Mayo. She'll try and push, but she's got Montigny with close defense. And that'll be J.C. Stevens with another 3 attempt. Rebounded by Melissa Mayo and struggle for the ball. It'll go outside and it'll stay Beavers ball as we have Lauren Cook. And can't tell who that is. Lauren Cook and
it's Grace Dwyer right there.
Michaela Porter, McKaylin Porter, my bad, coming in. And we'll have an inbound here from the Beavers. And the shot's put up and it's no good. Rebounded by Hannah Richards, who will pass it up, and it's mishandled by Lauren Cook. And it'll be Beavers ball once again. Sam, you see, like I said earlier, they are trying to press that ball very early. They're not really taking their time on offense.
Yeah, it just seems like they really want to get to their spots and get it down there as fast as they can. It really just seems like they want to get down and just get right to the basket as soon as possible.
And that one will be picked off by Hannah Richards as she takes it down the court. Looking for an option, she'll drive herself, pass it back outside, and it's dished a few times now out to Lauren Cook, who takes the 3, and it's no good. Rebounded by Melissa Mayo, who is tightly defended by McKaylin Porter early in this game. The shot will go up, and it's good from Melissa Mayo. High arcing shot.
Yeah, that was a great play there from Mayo. Just drove through 2 defenders and over the outstretched arms of Donovan was able to float that one in.
She said, you want to push the pace, I'll do the exact same thing. Melissa Mayo takes it in for 2. Makes it a 1-point game. And that'll be McKaylin Porter with her first points of the night.
That's what you can't do with Farmington, because we saw in that last play, you saw 2 people rush to Donovan and try to double team her. But with the amount of shooters that the Husson Eagles have on their team, it's going to be very bold strategy leaving them wide open like that.
It's almost a lose-lose when you have someone like Donovan playing against you. You either choose to double team and create a fair matchup against her, or while you do that, you leave someone else wide open on the perimeter or for a longer range shot on the outside. And this will be Maddie White passing it in. And it's mishandled, but eventually recovered by Michaela Rio. This will be Jalen Stacy with the shot. That's no good, and mishandled again, and it's going to end up being Eagles ball coming the other way.
Yeah, good hustle right there from Maddie White trying to go after that loose ball. And Jalen Stacy just had to force that up, not only because of the shot clock, because it's hard getting a shot over the outstretched arm of Donovan right there.
And I think that's going to be a common theme for our analysis tonight, Sam, is it's hard to shoot against Bailey Donovan, and it's hard to play defense against her. That one will be recovered and handled by Jalen Stacy and passed back out to Melissa Mayo, who is starting this game off for the Bandits, playing well as a screen set there, and they're going to say a moving screen, a moving pick, I believe.
That was on Jalen Stacy. Just a little bit too much body right there when trying to set that pick, and as a result, it's going to have the ball coming the other way.
And this one will be inbounded by Sophia McVicker, who is in her junior year here with the Eagles and has been playing well basically her entire career. As the shot goes up from Hannah Richards, no good, and it's going to be a breakaway, but quickly defended by Lauren Cook, and Donovan knocks it out of bounds on the fast break. This one will be taken in and passed off to Jalen Stacy and then stolen by Bailey Donovan. Here's McVicker passing it off to Lauren Cook, who's going to look for Hannah Richards. Sauces it over to McKaylin Porter in the corner. And it's thrown back up top to McVicker. Back to Porter, who moves between two defenders, and I think they're going to call her with a travel.
Yeah, look, she tried to cha-cha slide right into the paint past those two defenders, but unfortunately just too many steps right there in the choreography, so going back the other way for the Beavers.
And it's still just a 1-point game. Very defensive game so far, as Ruby McMinnis will try and make something happen for the Beavers. And that'll be Polai with a shot. Not going to work. Here comes Lauren Cook driving to the net and mishandles the ball, and it'll go the other way. Lauren Cook trying to make it work early, getting down into the paint. And she'll stay back along with Carly Price, who's just checked into the game to play some close defense.
Yeah, give Coach Chrissy Walker a lot of credit here. Noticing the intensity of this game, both teams not having stellar shooting nights so far. Is very defensive heavy. So it's very savvy of her to go with a full court press this early in the game.
Do you think that's a part of her game plan, is as these two offenses so far are struggling, put up a few shots, but so far struggling, just upping the intensity on defense and getting more opportunities? As it's inbounded here by Polai, who's going to give it off to Maddie White. Maddie White trying to make something happen, uses the screen of Polai, puts the shot up and almost went in. But Bailey Donovan there to play defense, as Roxanne Sassa is going to get it over to Carly Price, and it bounces, no good. But Donovan with the rebound puts it back in. And that's the advantage of having Donovan on the inside.
One of the best things about Bailey Donovan as a player is her ability to position herself to where the ball is going to go. You see, as soon as the ball goes up, she's able to predict pretty much where the ball is going to go, and she's right there, which is why she's an exceptional rebounder for this Eagles team.
She sure is. She just is able to get where, like you said, wherever the ball seems to go, she is. And that's what makes her such a great player for this Eagles team. As Michaela Riau will pass it over to Maddie White. Back to Polai, and now out to McMinnis. Back out to Polai, who's going to fake the shot. May have been some contact there with Donovan, and blocked by Donovan. Blocked again by Donovan. As time runs out in the first quarter, Donovan with a defensive possession that she won't forget, and the Beavers certainly won't forget.
That was an incredible reaction play there from Donovan. Not once, but twice, just swatting that thing back to reality. Oh my goodness, Bailey Donovan.
And as we head into the second quarter, we will take a short break. I'm Max Durham alongside Sam Miller, and we will be back in a few minutes. And after a short break, we are back on the Husson Eagles Radio Network. I'm Max Sturm alongside Sam Miller, bringing you the second quarter of action here in this game between the Husson Eagles and the UMaine Farmington Beavers. We have a 3-point game. Sam, pretty close game so far, mostly defensive. What do these two teams need to do in order to get the advantage?
First of all, I think Husson has the right idea right now, just attack the paint. As Donovan lets that one fly, side glass, and just really attack the paint and just take advantage of those mismatches. It's definitely very difficult when you have 2-3 defenders swarming Donovan as soon as she touches the ball. But attacking the paint, eventually those looks are going to get there, and you're going to find your way. As for the Beavers, try not to be as outside heavy. We saw right there that whenever they try to attack the paint, that 2-3 zone of the Eagles has kind of swarmed them a little bit. But trying to find better looks is probably going to be the deciding factor in this game for both these teams.
I agree. I think they're going to try and get Donovan involved on offense, and certainly the Beavers hoping to get her uninvolved on defense, trying to move her around, as she has been a force so far against them. As it's passed out here to Ruby McMinnis, who's going to find Melissa Mayo. Back out to McMinnis, and now down to Jackie Hamilton, seeing her first minutes of the game. Here's J.C. Stevens. A lob pass inside to McMinnis, who puts it up, and no good. Rebounded by Donovan.
That was great defense right there from Carly Price, just altering that shot just a little bit, making the Farmington offensive player have to shoot a very contested shot.
And here is Price in an isolation situation. Passes it in to Sassa, who puts up a shot, and no good. And the Beavers will take possession. Here's Melissa Mayo. Out to Hamilton. And dished to J.C. Stevens, and now outside to Mayo. Mayo back to the top of the key. Here's Hamilton, who's going to put up a three of her own, and just off. Donovan will get it, and she'll pass it off to Lauren Cook. Cook will get it to Sassa. And Cook back at the top of the key, uses the screen of Donovan. An outside shot for Carly Price is no good. They're getting those open shots, Sam, just not able to capitalize.
Yeah, both teams having a lot of good looks so far, just like you said, just not being able to convert on them. So we'll see what happens here as the game progresses.
Here's J.C. Stevens passing it inside to Polai. He's going to get it out to Mayo, who puts up a shot, and it's no good. Bailey Donovan will retrieve that rebound, pass it into Carly Price, who is going to look to move things quickly. Out to Cook, who takes a shot from three, and nothing on that one. And the ball will be knocked out of bounds by Carly Price on the rebound attempt. And it'll be Beavers ball.
Gotta respect the hustle from Price right there. It looked like she wanted to get that ball back. Unfortunately, just slipped right through her fingers.
Yep, tough to catch a rolling ball like that coming down the court. And it stops a fast break at the same time, so definitely a good effort. Sasse will check out, and number 32, Layla Martinez, will check in for this Eagles defense. It's outside with J.C. Stevens back into Sarah Polai. Polai outside to Hamilton. Here's Grace Dyer. Inside to Polai, who's going to put up a shot, hits the bottom of the backboard, gets her own rebound regardless. Passed outside, and the shot is no good. Donovan with the rebound will now push the court. Here's Layla Martinez seeing her first minutes of the night. Gets it outside to Lacey Scanlon. Big Vicker passes to Carly Price. And back to Scanlon on the other corner this time, and now it's Layla Martinez with the shot. Just off, and it'll be Beavers ball off the deflection.
4 minutes gone by. Neither of these teams are able to buy a bucket right now. That just goes to show the defensive intensity that both these teams love to play with.
It's certainly been a defensive showing so far, Sam, and I think as long as Bailey Donovan is in there, the Beavers are going to struggle to score, as they don't have someone who can really go up against her, as Martinez there will knock it out. But they'll take advantage. The Beavers at least think they'll take advantage once Donovan gets off the court, but she is the only starter who has not subbed out yet, with the exception of Sophia McVicker.
And this Eagles team just loves to fly around, no pun intended, and just get to their spots very fast on defense. They're really good at just playing scrappy defense on the ball. Martinez, one of the scrappier players in the nag, and she gets the steal right there. This Eagles team can really, really do a lot of damage on defense. As we saw, they swarmed the ball and got the possession back right there.
And I think that's been a key part of this team's run recently, as they coming off 3 straight wins. The Eagles have 2 against Thomas and one against the University of Maine at Fort Kent. Some closely contested games, as we have J.C. Stevens here trying to get something going for the Beavers. It's passed inside to Poli, who is going to be fouled by Bailey Donovan, and it'll be an inbound play here from the Beavers.
Eagles foul, number 4, Sophia McVicker.
Just over 5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Still a 3-point game. No scores here in this second quarter so far, as you mentioned earlier, Sam. Two offenses that are really just looking for any spark.
Yeah, these two teams love to play at their own pace and just take things and just do their own thing in a way they know how to do. They love to play at their pace, play their style of basketball. And so far, both these teams, like we said, very defensive-minded right now. Hasn't been a lot of scoring so far in this second quarter, so we'll see how things change right here.
JC Stevens passes it in to Jackie Hamilton, who's going to put up her shot, and it's no good. McVicker will make her way down the court, and she will settle it up at the top of the key. Pass to Layla Martinez, now looking for someone inside, and she'll find Scanlon. Pass back out to Martinez. And here's McVicker with the pass over to Carly Price. Inside to Donovan, and a foul on the shot. Bailey Donovan will go to the line. A great play inside from the Husson Eagles.
Just with a doctor order on that play. When all else fails and you're struggling to find a basket, just look for Old Faithful, Bailey Donovan, and get her to the line to shoot too.
And it was only a matter of time before they got her there. Bailey Donovan shooting 84% from the free throw line this season. One of their best free throw shooters, one of their best shooters in general. Now gets the chance to finally put some points on the board for the Eagles in this second quarter. And she'll nail both of them, 10-5, approaching 4 minutes left in the second quarter.
Donovan with 8 of the 10 Eagles points so far in this game. So definitely having her in this game with the matchup that they have size-wise against the Beavers is very crucial.
And if you're the Beavers, Sam, what's your game plan? If you're the coach of the Beavers, what are you telling them to do to defend Donovan but also play against her?
I think he has the right idea right now. Just try to force Donovan to the weak side to try to get a better look in the paint. Obviously, with her defensive ability, that's very tough to do. And they've had a lot of good looks. As Poli lets that one go. Had a lot of good looks on the outside, just haven't been able to convert. And on the Husson side, I mean, they're just going to knock down their shots. Like Farmington, they've had so many opportunities to knock down some shots, and they just haven't been able to do so. So once the shots start falling, both these teams can get themselves into a rhythm.
Both teams with good shot opportunities as McVicker puts up a 3. Both teams with good shot opportunities so far in this first half. We'll have the stats on made attempts as we come out of the second half, but for right now, both these teams still trying to get going as Dyer will be on the outside. She'll try to force a pass inside to Poli. That one's no good, but recovered by J.C. Stevens, who looks for the screen from Poli. Not fooled is Lacey Scanlon. And it'll remain Beavers ball on the inbound.
Maddie White checking into the game for the Beavers. Going back to that last play, it was a good reaction play from 32 Martinez to be able to knock that ball out of bounds. And as a result, forced a shot clock violation.
Yeah, you're right, shot clock violation. Another stout defensive possession from the Husson Eagles. Now, can they turn that into points? We're about to find out. Here's Hannah Richards at the point. Defended by Emily Small. And that's no good. Bounces off the head of Bailey Donovan multiple times, and they'll call a foul on Donovan, who is pleading her case with the ref.
Got to give a lot of credit to, I believe it was Sarah Poli down there, who was able to box out Donovan and get that position to her on the paint, and as a result, forced that over-the-back foul.
That's the start of the momentum that the Beavers will need here if they would like to take control of this game. As here's Emily Small inside, mishandles, throws it outside, dangerous pass caught by Layla Martinez, who's gonna push it down the court and eventually slow down and settle, getting it to McVicker, who is gonna lob it inside for Bailey Donovan, pivots outside and thrown just too far for Hannah Richards, or too high rather. And it'll be Beavers ball. And Sam, that's been the story so far, is just there's opportunities there, and either they're missing their opportunities or they're turning the ball over.
Yeah, it just seems like both teams have had so many good looks, and they've played very, very tight defense as well. But at the same time, though, they've had, like we said, they've had those good looks over and over again, just have not been able to convert, whether it's a turnover, an out-of-bounds play, or just as I believe that was Dwyer.
3-point shot, and here's McVicker looking to answer. Donovan with a screen set up outside the key. Seems like that's their go-to, as that shot does not go in. Here's Sarah Poli, one of the prominent figures on this Beavers basketball team so far this year, with 137 points on the year, as the ball is once again blocked, deflected by Bailey Donovan.
I'm going to give credit to, I believe it was Jalen Stacy who got the offensive rebound there over Donovan, and I believe for an Eagles defender on her back. Once the shot went up, Donovan just whacked it out of bounds.
Donovan has been omnipresent in this game so far. And they'll try to force the ball inside, and they'll end up with a jump ball, which is going to go the Eagles' way. A great heads-up play by Trinity Montigny. And Richards will settle it from the top of the key. The Eagles try to get something going here on offense. Besides the 2 free throw shots, have not found anything other than air. As Donovan will pivot and put up those 2 points. She says, I'll show you. We'll put those points up.
Yeah, Donovan really seems to favor that left side of the paint where she can just make her move and do that little turnaround hook shot that she's so used to doing and so accustomed to scoring with.
Here's Dyer with a shot. Once again, no good. Rebounded by McVicker. Thought she was going to pass it outside to Hannah Richards, open in the corner, but it's not the case. Ball is knocked out of bounds, and it'll still be Eagles ball.
In the game for Farmington, number 12, Ruby McMillan.
It'll be Layla Martinez looking for the inbound pass, and she finds McVicker out to Richards. Another lob pass for Donovan. Donovan puts it up and bounces in and out of the net. Good shot there, but regardless, it does not go in. Here's Dyer once again. Passed out to Sarah Poli. In the corner is Maddie White. Makes her way to the top. A lot of perimeter passing here for the Badgers. Not Badgers. Beavers so far. And it's inside. And blocked once again by Bailey Donovan, who just is never not where the ball is. And it's put up by McVicker from 3, who gets there to get her own rebound. What an effort. Another 3-point shot. That one's good at the buzzer.
What an incredible sequence right there from the Eagles. You saw the Donovan block. She blocked that while she was mid-air too. She got it with the fake, came right down and blocked it. But Sophia McVicker, what a terrific sequence for her right there. Missed her shot, had the wherewithal to go and chase a rebound, got the pass back from Richards, and ended the half in a big way for the Eagles.
And the score is 15-8 as we're going to enter halftime here on the Husson Eagles Sports Radio Network. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back shortly. And welcome back to the Husson Eagles Sports Radio Network. I'm Max Sturm alongside Sam Miller. Sam, we're entering the second half of a game that has been pretty defensive so far. What do these two teams need to do to attack?
So if I'm the Eagles, I'm forcing the ball inside, and I am doing everything I can to keep the pressure going on Farmington. We've seen them get a lot of good plays down low and kind of force their way into the paint. And as such, we saw Donovan in that first half, 10 points, 9 rebounds, almost hit a double-double on the game. About 4 blocks as well. She's really putting in work. As for the Beavers, you really got to try to not really force your way inside, but try to move Donovan around so you can get better shots inside and try to stick to that 3 ball. Hasn't been falling too well for them in this game, so we'll see what they can do here from here on out.
And we're about ready to start the second half of action here on the Husson Eagles Sports Radio Network. And it'll be the Beavers starting with possession. Here's J.C. Stevens, guarded by Torres Reyes. Here's Dyer, passes it out. And at the top of the key is Sophie Poli. Sarah Poli, my bad. Here's Ruby McMinnis setting the screen for Dyer. And it's going to be a jump ball. And the Eagles will take possession here.
That was a good reactive play right there from Torres Reyes right there, just recognizing the match she had up and then just got that ball back for her team.
That's twice now that the Eagles have taken advantage of a jump ball to get possession. As Hannah Richards puts it up and it's no good. Rebounded by McKaylin Porter, and Bailey Donovan with 2 points there, coming in off the rebound. And Grace Dyer's going to push down the court, get it out to J.C. Stevens, who will get back up to the top of the key, guarded by Torres Reyes. Here's Maddie White, gets it to Sarah Poli, and back to Dyer. McMinnis inside, looking for Poli, and it'll be knocked out of bounds. Still no call of possession. And they'll say that the Beavers will retain.
Yeah, that was a good play right there from McKaylin Porter. Very heads up to kind of knock the ball away. But as such, it'll be the Beavers' ball.
Torres Reyes with a good attempt there to get that ball. This one's rebounded by Hannah Richards, who will push down the court. Look to drive into the lane, put it up, and it's good! A Euro step play from Hannah Richards.
What a phenomenal play there from Richards. She said, oh, now you see me, now you don't with that move. Good golly, Miss Molly, what a play.
And they're going to look inside themselves, the Beavers are, try to put up the shot. That was Poli who draws the foul, and she'll have the chance for 2 shots.
That was going to go on Montigny. Looked like Poli saw the mismatch on that play and decided to take advantage of that. Montigny looked like she wanted to swipe the ball away with that downward motion right there, but got Poli on the arm.
Poli will hit the first one. She is a 67% shooter from the free throw stripe this season. Overall, this team shoots very well from the free throw stripe, and it might just lead into their game plan to get back in this as they're down 9.
Yeah, if you're the Beavers, what you really want to do, like we covered at halftime, with Donovan in the paint, it's very hard to, look for open shots down low. But as such, when you take a few risks, and you're able to, work your way down that way, and just kind of challenge her in the paint, then good things can happen.
And it'll be Hannah Richards drawing the foul and getting the and one opportunity here. That'll be Maddie White checking out after being shaken up. Hannah Richards, no good, but it's rebounded by Montigny. Knocked out, and it'll retain, or it will stay. Eagles ball. Montigny's now shaken up. But she'll stay in. Here's Torres Reyes. Looking for someone to pass it to. Gets it out to Richards, who passes it inside to Donovan, and back outside to Reyes. Swinging the ball well now. Here are the Eagles. Torres Reyes puts up the shot from 3, and it's good!
The Eagles have kind of found their mojo now. Last couple possessions have been baskets for this squad, so they've definitely got into a rhythm, and they're looking to stick with it.
And doing so by passing the ball effectively, as that one is stolen by Montigny. And Torres Reyes will take it down the court, gets it to Hannah Richards, who's going to push the basket, throw it back outside for Porter. Torres Reyes at the top. Donovan turns around, spin. And that one's no good. Rebounded by Melissa Mayo.
Good box out there from Poli to try to keep Donovan off the boards and just keep her at bay just for a little bit.
And another steal by the Eagles and Trinity Montigny. Here's Hannah Richards getting it to Montigny. Now a little exchange back and forth between those two. Here's McKaylin Porter getting it to Torres Reyes on the outside. Still sticking with the perimeter passing. That's worked well for them so far. McKaylin Porter's going to drive the net, pass it outside to Hannah Richards, and Donovan from 3. Not good this time. That'll be Dyer taking the ball, but it's lost out of bounds, and the Eagles will retain possession.
Hannah Richards once again just coming onto the court and putting on a show. We saw that little Euro step basket she had earlier. Setting up her team. She set up that Torres Reyes 3 earlier as well, and now she's making plays on the defensive side of the ball.
It sure is, and there's Torres Reyes with the shot inside. Is no good and rebounded by Melissa Mayo. Is now pressured by the Eagles defense. Maybe that's a part of their strategy to make sure that there's no chance the Beavers get back into this one. And here's Dyer looking inside and gets the ball to Poli. Back out to Dyer. Swinging it around, having trouble. Double teams coming from everywhere. It's passed inside to Michaela Rio. And a shot from Poli is off and rebounded by Sophia Torres Reyes, who is also pressured coming down the court. Richards into Porter. And Donovan somehow able to hold on to that ball. And it's being settled inside now. Now passed inside to Donovan, who's fouled on the shot. And she will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, the Beavers had the right idea there. Not leave Poli one-on-one with Donovan. Trying to come over and stop that play. But as a result, Donovan's going to get 2 freebies right here.
As we've mentioned countless times beforehand now during the broadcast, Donovan is just so difficult to defend. And it's a lose-lose defending her with 1, 2, even 3 people, because you'll leave someone open or she'll draw the contact on you, as she does this time. She knocks down the second shot there. And it'll be taken in by J.C. Stevens, the senior guard out of Pittston, Maine. And that one's tipped by Donovan. Melissa Mayo looking to try to do something, puts up a 3 of her own, and it's off. And rebounded by Hannah Richards.
Yeah, coming out of the break, the Eagles have just really upped defensive intensity, really just not giving the Beavers any room to work with and just having their way on offense.
Yeah, having their way on offense is the Eagles, and Bailey Donovan, as she drives to the net and puts up 2. There's Dyer. Closely defended by Bailey Donovan. J.C. Stevens on the corner, and it's stolen by Torres Reyes. This Eagles defense has been very successful with these high pressure looks they've had so far, as Torres Reyes almost strips the ball again. And now the Beavers just looking for any sort of momentum as they're down 17 in this game. And here's Mayo. Gonna get back to Stevens. Stevens will take a 3, and that one is good. Maybe the start of the momentum that they need.
Yeah, really could not find the basket with the first 6 minutes in this quarter. But that one, with basketball, it only takes one, Max. It only takes one shot, and all of a sudden everything can change.
As we saw in the last game between the men's teams, it was a 15-point lead, and it was diminished in the second half. Torres Reyes goes in and nearly has the bucket for the and one, but will instead take it to the free throw line, where she As not sure where stats are for free throws, but nonetheless, she'll go to the line.
Yeah, that was great awareness from the junior Torres Reyes right there. Just noticing that there was a wide open lane to the paint. Just took it right, left, went up with the left hand, and as a result, she's going to counter freebies right here.
And she'll miss the first one. So, Sam, as we wait for the second shot, how have the Eagles adjusted to be able to score more efficiently in the second half?
Well, it really all starts on the defensive end. We've seen Torres, Reyes, Richards, Donovan, and the entire team is really flying around defensively and getting to their spots, altering shots, and just being a lot more physical. We're seeing the full court press right here. They're really upping the intensity of the game, and as a result, they've been able to hound them on defense and get good looks on offense.
You're right. They are certainly pressing on defense as Lauren Cook there had a full court press all the way with the point guard, J.C. Stevens. And this will be taken in by Stevens, and a shot is put up and bounces off the rim, rebounded by Donovan, and the Eagles once again come away with a stop. This one now to Montigny, who's going to push inside, rebounded and put back up, and it's no good. And that one will be out on Michaela Rio, and it'll stay Eagles ball.
That was a great play right there from Macy Beals. Looked like she nearly had that oop attempt coming in. Just came out of nowhere, put it right back up. Good hustle play.
Macy Beals getting her first minutes of the night. You're right, what an effort to try and get that one back up. Just a wrong bounce keeps it from going in. Here's Cook passing it out to Montigny, who's going to take the shot of her own. And it's no good, but rebounded by Donovan and passed outside to Richards. Richards with the bounce inside to Donovan, and that one is good from Bailey Donovan. 15 points from her tonight, make that 17. And I think they're going to call a foul here on number 22, Hannah Richards.
Eagles foul, number 22, Hannah Richards.
Her first foul of the night. And that'll be Callaway LePage checking in for Bailey Donovan. Bailey Donovan's first time off the court tonight. How should the Beavers attack?
Like you're seeing right now, just attack the paint. With Donovan out, that is a very, very big defensive presence that's not in the paint anymore. So it leaves the Eagles a little bit more vulnerable inside. So we'll see how the Beavers can attack that.
Hannah Richards was pressured nice and early. And Lauren Cook with a three. Pressured defense from both sides. Now getting some fast shots off on both ends. And this one's going to be passed inside and missed by Macy Beals. And that's going to be number 23, Macy Beals, with the foul as well.
Yeah, going back to that last possession with Cook at the wide open three, we talked about how the Beavers adjusted with Donovan on offense, with Donovan out of the game. Now they have to figure out how to adjust on defense, because with Donovan out, that takes a lot of pressure off of the paint, and it has to draw a lot more attention to the outstanding shooters the Eagles have on the outside.
And Lauren Cook sure is an outstanding shooter. She's just about 40% from the three-point line, and they certainly look to her when they need to score some points. And here is Macy Beals once again up at the top of the key. She'll get it to Cook, who is sort of isolated now, and passed out to Hannah Richards, back out to Cook. Cook's going to push inside and drive, and she is fouled. Was it on the shot? I think it's going to be on the floor shot, or foul rather.
It looks like Poli bumped her right on the floor just before she put that shot up, so it's going to be Eagles out of bounds right here.
And Cook will inbound the ball for the Eagles and pass it high for Hannah Richards, who is unable to hold on. And it'll be Beavers ball. And you're right, Sam. They just need to attack the paint while Bailey Donovan's not in. If they want any chance of coming back, they're down. What's that? 12 or 22 points right now. 18 points. That is, as Richards gets the Rebound and throws it just a little bit too far for Callaway LePage. Once again, it'll be turned over to the Beavers.
Going back to that last play, that was an incredible block by, I believe it was Richards. She noticed that Paula got good positioning into the paint, and she rushed right over, got that block, and forced the turnover.
And she is doing a good job as that's Richards again deflecting the ball, stopping the momentum, stopping a pass from being put inside. Here's Maddie White again. Heavy pressure from Macy Beals. It's out to Dyer. Back out to Maddie White again, who is double teamed. And a shot is put up at the buzzer, the shot clock, and it'll be a violation as the ball did not touch the rim.
Got to give a lot of credit to the Eagles defense right there, just standing their ground, not falling for those fakes, not over pursuing the ball. Just very, very smart and resilient defensive play right there.
And here's Cook, looking to draw inside, puts up a shot, and it bounces in and out, but it is rebounded by Callaway LePage, unable to do anything here. Hannah Richards again, making defensive plays. Slightly off on that one as Polai is going to push the court. She gets it to Jackie Hamilton, back out to Polai. And they're looking for that inside. Here's Jackie Hamilton once again with the ball, pass to Dyer. Tightly defended by Cook once again. And it's put up, and it's another air ball, but rebounded by Sarah Polai. And passed out of bounds, intended for Maddie White. And it appears that it will stay Beavers basketball.
Yeah, that was the active hands of Richards once again getting a piece of that pass.
Here's Polai, and she'll draw the foul. This time, she'll take it to the line.
So got Callaway LePage on that foul. Looks like she not too much space on that shot right there.
And that's Sarah Polai taking advantage of Bailey Donovan not being in the game, trying to draw those fouls. And she'll miss the first one. Not a miss we see very often, as she's about 70% from the free throw line. And that one's good. Here's Richards once again playing her part in this game. Here's Cook. She'll take it from three at the buzzer. Not close. And we're going to take a break as we enter the fourth quarter. It is 33 Husson to 16 UMaine Farmington. We'll take a break and we'll be back momentarily. And welcome back to the Husson Eagles Radio Network. I'm Max Sturm, joined by Sam Miller. We enter the fourth quarter of this game between the Eagles and the Beavers. Husson is up 33 to 16. Sam, if you're the Beavers, how are you approaching this fourth quarter?
Really just got to up the intensity of both ends of the floor. We saw Husson respond with a absolutely phenomenal defensive third quarter by halting the Beavers to, I believe, only 4 baskets that whole quarter. So if I'm the Beavers, what they need to do is keep moving the ball around and look for an open shot.
And here's Jalen Stacy making her way back into the game. Polai is going to look for Alyssa Mayo. Back out to Jalen Stacy. And now at the top is J.C. Stevens. Inside for Stacy. Just trying to find anything. And Emily Sky is making her debut tonight. Here's McVicker outside to Macy Beals. Bailey Donovan has checked back into the game. Nice pass to Macy Beals. Outside, open. Cook in the corner. Won't take the shot. Here's McVicker getting it back to Emily Skies. And this shot from Macy Beals is no good. JC Stevens has the ball, and it'll be out to Melissa Mayo, who puts up a three. No good, rebounded by Donovan. And that'll be a foul called on Ruby McMinnis.
Yeah, really hard to battle in the paint with Donovan there. So you got to give her credit for going after that ball. But wrangling with Donovan down low is a very difficult task for any defender to take.
Sure is. And here is McVicker getting it outside to Beals. Beals inside to Donovan, pass back out to Cook, mishandles, but is able to pull it in. Here's Beals once again, back inside to Donovan again, up and in again, 4-2 for Donovan.
Donovan didn't play a lot at the end of that third quarter, but once again, not even 2 minutes into this quarter, her impact once again being shown, and it's shown why she is such a crucial part to this Eagles team.
As we approach the end of this season, Miller, we have to think about what's at stake. Both teams are in the conference, or in the NAC conference, and you got to think about the number one seed. So that definitely has an impact on this game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, both these teams very talented at what they do. They love to come out, play their own way, and execute their game plan the way they know how to do it. Husson in particular likes to run through Donovan. They have a lot of good shooters, versatile and scrappy defenders. They are a very, very big name to keep in mind of as McVicker gets that one to go. As for Farmington, their contention in the NAC is going to be very, very interesting. This is a smaller team, not too much size. They love relying on those outside shots, cutting to the basket, driving to the basket, passing it out. Their play style is very interesting, and they are a very dark horse pick in terms of going far in the playoffs.
Yeah, you got to keep in mind tonight, the Beavers are without Jessica Dow, who is their lead scorer, their lead in assists, and their lead in steals. Certainly, the Beavers are missing an impact player tonight that they will hope is back for playoffs. And McVicker will once again take it down the court. No pressure this time from the UMaine Farmington defense as it's sent out to Cook. And then back inside to McVicker, who's able to save it, but it is pulled in by Sarah Poli. Here's Poli again, getting it to Dyer. Back up top to Jalen Stacy in the corner for Stevens. Gets to Poli. And it's eventually swatted around and recovered by Sophia McVicker, who will drive inside and then pull it back out. And that's Cameron Neal, number 25. Here's Poli again. Jalen Stacy up top, gets it to Stevens, and back to Poli. Just some ball movement here for the Beavers, trying to find anything inside. This Poli is going to be surrounded by three defenders, blocked by Bailey Donovan again. That's two. And a lead pass from Donovan is unable to be capitalized on by Macy Beals.
Yeah, it looked like Donovan just threw it a little bit ahead of the pack right there, right off that steal and those blocks. Wanted to get it right down low to Macy Beals, saw her streaking down on the court, and just wanted to, as we've been saying this entire broadcast, just push the ball as fast as they can and get it inside like they've been trying to do. And on that time, it just didn't work out.
And how about this second half turnaround for the Eagles? Scoring at will, it seems like now, but in the first half, certainly struggled against this Beavers defense as they once again have possession, and it's once again McVicker taking it. Here's Lauren Cook finding it inside for Bailey Donovan. Roxanne Sasse is back in the game. Punched out to Layla Martinez. That one's no good. And the ball just bounces around inside and taken by McVicker. And it's just a frenzy now as the ball changes possessions 4 or 5 times and finally corralled by Dyer. And then that one's tipped by Roxanne Sasse and out of bounds.
Yeah, what a sequence that was right there. I think the ball ended up in the hands of like maybe 3 different players on each team. And as time went, with just a little under 5 minutes to go, let's see how Husson closes out, and let's see what the Beavers can do to try to come back in this game.
And here's Lauren Cook once again. Finds Sasse up top. Who will get it to McVicker. McVicker's going to push the paint again, take it herself, and just misses on the layup. Dyer with the rebound. She'll get it over to Michaela Rio. Bounce pass inside for Mayo, and that's no good. And Bailey Donovan will take it, but it looks like they'll get her for the foul.
They got to give credit to number 23 for Farmington, and that was Rio coming into the paint and getting that board for a minute. Donovan grabbed it away, but the referee saw that as an over the back, and as such, possession remains with Farmington.
And here's Dyer up top now. Will choose not to take the screen and get it out to Mayo, who takes a 3. No good. Here's Maddie White again. And Mayo pushing inside. There's a shot from Rio, who is unable to hit. And McVicker will make her way down the court. Checking in is Danielle Dow with her first minutes of the game as Bailey Donovan punches it in.
That's been the name of the game for the Eagles all game long. Just feed the ball inside and get those easy looks.
They certainly have done a good job of that in the second half. As we're approaching just about 3 minutes to go, this game started off as a hefty defensive battle and really has still been a defensive battle. But the Eagles have found a way to get over the hump, whereas the Beavers have not.
The turning point was in that third quarter where all of a sudden the Eagles were just hitting everything. Their defense was flying everywhere, just being at the right place at the right time. It just seemed like that third quarter, they just flipped a switch at halftime and everything was just working well for them.
We talk about the adjustments of head coaches. Kissy Walker, certainly a head coach who does a good job adjusting at halftime. As that one's no good. And Elizabeth Wyman makes her first appearance of the night, number 24. Roxanne Sasse inside to Wyman, who puts it up, and she gets the foul on the shot. Send her to the line, and one opportunity for Wyman as she just barely enters the game, already making an impact.
Absolutely. It's nice when you can come off the bench and you got someone like Elizabeth Wyman, the sophomore from Millinocket, who just can really impact the game and, right off the bench, just score for her team.
Wyman, as you said, is a sophomore. Has only played 62 minutes this year, but in her time has scored 18 points, has 9 rebounds, and was able to get 4 steals and a block during her time in. Certainly should look for her to get some more time into next season, as she'll be a junior. Here's Dyer. Passed out to Maddie White, and eventually brought inside by Jackie Hamilton, who's able to put it in.
Good play right there from Hamilton, just able to use that height advantage that she had on the defender and just work that way inside.
There's a shot from Sasse, no good, but rebounded by Wyman. She'll get it outside to Carly Price. Back to Wyman, still in the corner, lightly defended. And there's Layla Martinez getting it out to Sasse. Back to Martinez, will break the screen and shoot, and that one's just off. But recovered by Daniel Dow, inside to Wyman, who passes it to Sasse, and that one is blocked by Mayo. A shot from Dyer is good.
It's a good little possession right there for the Beavers. Got the great block down there from Mayo, and then Dyer coming down and hitting the nice little jump shot.
Here's Sasse in the corner. This time heavily defended by Jackie Hamilton. And Sasse will try to put up a shot. Bounce it inside. Somehow ends up in the hands of Daniel Dow. And looks like there's going to be a foul here on Wyman. And that's going to be number 20, J.C. Stevens, checking back in for Jackie Hamilton. Sam, if you're the Eagles, this game playing against an opponent who, on paper, has been pretty good, and beating them this decisively, it's got to give you confidence heading into the last few weeks and the playoffs.
Absolutely, and with the game coming up against University of Maine Presque Isle, a team that's given Husson trouble in the last few years, getting a win like this is a great way to build some momentum going forward.
It sure does. And last game versus Presque Isle, I believe, was a loss for the Eagles. And now we'll see what the Eagles decide to do here with 30 seconds left. What the Beavers decide to do here with 30 seconds left. Here's Stevens. Out to Mayo. Screen is set. She has Wyman covering her. Get rid of it before the shot clock, and that one's good from J.C. Stevens, who has quietly herself had a good night. And I believe the Eagles are just going to let the time run out on this one. And they do. And the Husson Eagles are going to get the win over the UMaine Farmington Beavers by a score of 46-27. Sam, not exactly the game we expected, but it was an exciting one for sure.
Absolutely. We started off really defensive heavy. Both teams are really flying up and down the court, just playing really tough defense, just not letting any shots fall down. We saw I think for the good stretch of the first quarter, there was like a 5-minute stretch where nobody could score the ball. But then in that third quarter, Husson just flipped a switch and just went into turbo mode from there and took off with the game soaring, no pun intended.
Definitely a good job adjusting by Coach Kissy Walker for that second half. And as our doubleheader comes to an end, so will our broadcast. Once again, I'm Max Sturm alongside Sam Miller. This has been Husson University basketball on the Husson Eagles Sports Radio Network. Until next time, goodbye.